On episode 63 of the HatTrick Sports Podcast, we're going to be covering some MLB news. We're going to be ranking the top 5 hardest sports to play, some NBA news. We are doing our Week 1 NFL Pickems. We're going to be discussing some NBA contracts and ending it off with some Hall of Fame. Yay or nay. Special shout out to Prime Hydration for sponsoring this week's podcast. Roll it. Welcome to HatTrick Sports, starring your host, Isaiah Carpenter. Bringing you the biggest sports headlines every week. This is the HatTrick Sports Podcast. We are on to episode 63, just here in about an hour and a half. NFL is starting back up. Cannot wait. We're going to be doing our NFL Pickems. I don't know if you guys remember last year. We did our NFL Pickems. It was me and Mike and the guest, and obviously that punishment. This year, it's just me, so I'll be telling you my NFL Pickems, and then you guys in the comments do it for the next week, and we'll keep going off of that. We got MLB news. Shohei Ohtani's 50-50 ball coming up. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about that. Jeff McNeil breaks his wrist. And what else we got? We got, again, Tyreek Hill, the incident that just happened. It's breaking news. It happened about 30 minutes ago. Just got detained. He is still playing today. We're going to be covering a little bit of that. We're going to be talking about yesterday's college football games and Jamal Murray's new contract. And then we're going to end it off with some Hall of Fame yay or nay. We got an easy one for you guys if it's a Hall of Fame yay or nay. So make sure to stay tuned. Watch this week's podcast. And yeah, it should be a blast. All right. Let's start off with some MLB news. I am going to catch Shohei Ohtani's 50-50 ball. Now, let me explain this before you guys in comments start hating on me for this. So, I am going to catch Shohei Ohtani's 50-50 ball. Let me tell you how I'm going to do that. So, the Dodgers play in Miami September 17th through September 19th. I'm going to the 18th and 19th game. That means that there are 9 games in between the time of this recording to when I will be watching Shohei Ohtani and the Miami Marlins play each other. Now, Shohei Ohtani right now at the time of this recording has 45 home runs and 46 stolen bases. That means that in 9 games, he needs to hit 3 or 4 home runs for me to even have a chance at witnessing Shohei Ohtani's 50-50 home run. Now, this has never happened before. Nobody has ever hit a 50-50 home run season. Now, let me tell you why I will be the one that will catch Shohei Ohtani's 50-50 ball. All right, so obviously, there is a possibility. It's somewhat small, but there's a possibility I will be at the game that Shohei hits the ball. All right, Again, like I said, he has 9 games to hit at least 3 or 4 home runs. So that's like saying 1 in every 9 at-bats he needs to hit a home run. Now, he will hit some back-to-back home runs. He'll hit 2 home runs in a game or 2, which is great for me, and I think that will happen. And then if he needs to hit 49 and 50 in Miami, that's fine. But I will catch this ball. Let me see. I have the depth charts of Shohei Ohtani's every home run he's had this season against left-handed pitchers, against right-handed pitchers in the past, how he's done in the Marlins Stadium. I have everything figured out, and I will be at the exact point, and I will catch Shohei Ohtani's 50 home run, 50 stolen base ball. Now, you might be asking, all right, Isaiah, now there's I understand this, and you guys don't have to lecture me in the comments. I understand there is an incredibly low probability of this actually happened, but I am more prepared than anybody else that is going to be attempting or even knowing that Shohei Ohtani's 50-50 ball is coming up. And this is what I'm going to ask for from Major League Baseball and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, this isn't what they may want to negotiate with me if I offer them that ball. But if I were to catch this ball, I would ask to, first off, right after the game, meet Shohei, give him the ball back. I think that's very important to give Shohei the ball back. Now, that ball's probably going to go to the Hall of Fame, but give it to Shohei. I want to meet Shohei right after the game, or, again, if I'm there the next day, I can meet him the next day, give him the ball, whatever. I'm going to go there with a few other people, probably about 10 people. I want a signed Shohei Ohtani ball for about 10 of those people. All right, again, that's all free for them. I want $5,000. I want $5,000 cash. Again, it's $5,000 for a ball that's priceless, literally priceless. You cannot put a price on this ball. So I want about 10 signed Shohei Ohtani balls. I want $5,000 cash. I want a signed Dodgers hat and a signed bat from Shohei Ohtani. Again, all pretty much close to free to the Dodgers of Major League Baseball. I want to get flown out next summer to Los Angeles, and I want an all-paid expenses trip to Los Angeles. I want to be a bat boy for one game next summer, and I want to throw out the first pitch for one of those games in the series, along with meeting the entire team. Now, whether that's for 5 minutes in the locker room, whatever, how we got to set that up, if it's in Miami or if it's in Los Angeles, I'm not going to be picky about that. I do want to meet the entire Dodgers team, which, again, is all free. The only thing... And the only thing that costs the Dodgers or Major League Baseball money is the $5,000, which I think is very important. Now, I'm not asking for $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. They're spending billions of dollars on player. They could give me $5,000 for this ball and the all-paid expenses trip to LA, which might cost them a couple grand. Me, my family, like 2 other people to fly out with me. Just me, brother, dad, whatever. To fly out with me again. Maybe total cost for them $7,000 plus, again, meeting Shohei, signed ball, signed bat, meeting the team. I think that's fair. Now, comment below if you think that's asking for too much or too little, and make sure to follow to see if I catch this Shohei Ohtani 50-50 ball. There's a chance. I think I'm more prepared than anybody that's even thinking about catching this ball. I think the time frame lines up perfectly. Again, we have 9 games. Wait, 1 second. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games until I'm going there. I'm going there the 18th through 19th. 18th and 19th game. He needs a total of 5 home runs. Now, until the 19th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 5 home runs. It's going to cut it close. They might have to... It might be hit the next series. The Dodgers, after they play the Marlins to the 17th through 19th through the 20th and 22nd, they play in Colorado, which obviously balls fly further in Colorado. So the 50-50 ball might be hit there, but I'm around in the range. It's a possibility. And then again, I've been to the Marlins Stadium a dozen times. I know exactly where all these home runs are going to be hit. I know where Shohei hits it against left-handed, right-handed pitchers. I'm prepared. Trust me, I'm prepared. You guys better watch out. Zach Campbell, handshake bets, whatever. I am going to catch that 50-50 ball. Putting it on now. This is being recorded September 8th. Put it on the records. Put it on the records. Now, let's see what TikTok has to say about that on the TikTok Live. Is anybody on the TikTok Live? Shohei has 45 home runs right now, 46 stolen bases. Thank you for all the likes. All right, let me know. Let me know what... Let me know. Is that asking for too much? For the Shohei 50-50 ball, $5,000, about 10 signed baseballs from Shohei Ohtani, a signed bat, had a paid trip out to LA next summer, be a bat boy for a game, and throw out the first pitch for one day game in LA, and meet the entire team in the locker room or whatever, meet and greet, whatever you gotta do. Is that asking for too much, too little? Put it in the comments below. More baseball news. Jeff McNeil, for the Mets, is likely out for the rest of the season due to his broken wrist. Now, Jeff McNeil was hit by a pitch in the right wrist, and it fractured. He fractured his wrist, and he will miss the rest of the season. McNeil was struck on a protective guard covering the wrist by a 74.3 mile an hour curveball. Now you might be saying 74 miles an hour in Major League Baseball, that's nothing. No, to the wrist, first of all, 74 miles an hour is actually wicked fast. You guys don't really know that until you see it up close. And then to the wrist, it's a pretty weak part of your body. It's not like your thigh or your back or your bicep. Like it's your wrist. It's a pretty bony area. And Brandon Williamson hit him during the 5th inning of the Mets' 6-4 victory in the 10-inning win on Friday night. McNeil played second base in the 6th, but the wrist swelled. He had difficulty taking swings in the batting cage, and Harrison Bader pinch hit for him in the bottom half. An MRI Saturday revealed a small fracture. He said he was frustrated. This is not how you want the season to end, and I want to be out there with the guys. So, again, it's a small headline. You hate to see it. You don't like breaking your wrist. Obviously, it doesn't feel well, and you can't play for the rest of the season. All right. Let's move on. So that's it for baseball. Thank you for the follow. What else we got? All right. Top 5 hardest sports to play. Now, this is very, very controversial. I have this conversation with some friends of mine probably once a month, and it just gets heated. So I want to hear your guys' comments below. Is this a good list or is this a bad list? Again, we are ranking the top 5 hardest sports to play. At number 5, you got tackle football. Now, the CTE, the injuries, is what makes it hard. Obviously, you got these big 200-300-pound guys tackling over you, all the gear. You're playing in the the humidity, heatness. It's a hard sport. You're throwing the quarterback. You got to get out of the pocket. You got to throw again. You got these big guys rushing at you. You're being tackled left and right. That is why they only play 17 games in a season, is because of the physical. It's so hard. Rushing's hard, and then a passing play without getting intercepted or blocked or fumble. Again, all the gear on. It's very hard. I give it to football. It's not the hardest sport to play. Again, I could throw a football. I could catch a football. Now, what makes it hard is the physicality of the players. That's why it's at number 5. At number 4, you got rugby. Now, I don't watch rugby a lot. I'm American, and rugby isn't a huge sport, but I understand it is a very physical sport. It's kind of like football. Football and soccer kind of mixed up. And again, I think I've watched a little bit of rugby, and it looks hard. You know, you see these jacked guys tackling each other for the ball and kind of putting it in a goal. It's a hard sport. I got to give it to them. It's a hard sport to play. That's why it's at number 4. At number 3, I put it in as boxing. Pretty much every mixed martial arts out there. Boxing's hard. I mean, you're punching each other in the head, in the face, in the body. You're going to get sore. You're going to get weak. You're going to get lightheaded. And you just got to keep punching back. You're fighting each other. Fighting isn't easy. Now, that's why it's at number 3. At number 2, we got my favorite sport. I think this is incredibly hard for everything else has been physical. Like, it's a physical sport. Baseball isn't a super physical sport. I'll come out and say that. It's not a super physical sport. But a 90-mile-an-hour baseball about this size, I think it's 5 inches around, or 5 ounces, a 5-ounce ball being thrown at you from 60 feet, which 60 feet is not far. That's 20 yards. And then you hitting a bat about that big, a bat, 90-mile-an-hour fastball, 100 miles at this point, close to 100-mile-an-hour fastball. You got to swing it. You got to time it perfectly. It's just so incredibly hard, and that is why a Hall of Fame batting average is at 300. It is an incredibly hard sport. I don't care what anybody says. Unless you've played it past probably the high school or college level, and again, Major League is just out of the books. It's incredibly hard. It's not no 45, 50-mile-an-hour fastball. They're whipping them in there. You got to swing, you got to hit it, and then you got to run bases. The base running's hard too. I know you're just running base to base. No, you got pickoffs, and then on defense, you got to run, you got to time the ball up, you got to throw the ball as you got to hit the cutoff man. There's so much strategy to it, and it's incredibly hard to play. So it might not be the most physical, but it's incredibly hard to play. And then at number 1, I will admit, ice hockey. You are skating on water. Frozen water against these thin blades. Again, being tackled is a very physical sport. Getting tackled and into fights, losing teeth left and right, and then you got to hit it into a goal that's not that big from a big goalie who's blocking most of the goal the entire game. Ice hockey, I don't know how you do it. I can hardly ice skate. I think I've ice skated once in my life. Like, ice skating is beyond, like, it's the hardest sport to play. So I'll put that on the record. Baseball isn't the hardest sport to play. Ice hockey is, but baseball is at number 2. So that is your top 5 hard sports to play. All right. So that is the top 5. We've done that. All right, we are flying through this week. Let's do. Oh boy, I missed this segment a lot. We have our NFL Pickems, so I'm going to be saying them now. At the time of this recording, it is 11:48 a.m. on Sunday, September 8th. So for any of you guys like, oh, you're just filming it after, this podcast will come out a little later, maybe after a few of the games have been played. This is being recorded before the games have been played. So just a heads up, we don't need any of that in the comments that I am cheating. All right. So, NFL Pickems. We got the Steelers of Falcons. I'm taking the Falcons. It's being played in Atlanta. We got the Cardinals and Bills. Give me the Bills. Now, I said about a year ago that I thought the Bills were going to win it all this year. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Don't hate on the Bills. It's a possibility. They may win it all this year. I'm putting it in the books now like I did last year. It's a possibility. It's going to be hard, but it's a possibility. The Titans and Bears, give me the Bears. The Chicago Bears are going to absolutely destroy the Titans. Calling it now. The Patriots and Bengals, my survivor pick. Give me the Bengals. The Patriots are probably going to be the worst team in the league this year. Are they going to win one game? Are they going to win two? Maybe three, maybe four, maybe zero. They might not win a game at all this season, but they are playing the Bengals. Bengals are 7.5 point favorites, so we are going to put in the Bengals for the Pickems. Now, Texans and Colts. This one's our matchup of the day. No, I'm just kidding. That's a copy from another, I forget. I don't even know who they are. But Texans, Colts, same division. It's being played in Indianapolis. The Texans are going to win. The Texans are going to beat the Colts. This is going to be a close game. I'm calling it now. But we got the Texans over the Colts. You got the Jags playing the Dolphins. It is being played in Miami. Tyreek Hill recently got detained about less than 2 hours before game time. He said, I'll talk about more later in the podcast. Is that going to affect Tyreek Hill's performance? No, he's going to ball out. Give me the Dolphins. Now, I know Lawrence just signed that great extension, but you know, the Dolphins are going to win. They're 3.5 point favorites. So they're probably going to win by 6. I put the spread at 6.5. The Panthers and Saints, again, the Panthers, I think they're going to be one of the worst teams in the league again this year. Give me the Saints. Now, the Saints aren't all that good anyway, but, you know, I think they're better than the Panthers, especially. It's being played in New Orleans, so give me the Saints. Another 1 o'clock game, the Vikings and the Giants. Now, I've talked to some Giants fans who think that they are going to win 4 games this season, and I've talked to some other Giants fans who thinks that they will win 11 games this season. Now, I don't think they're going to win 4 or 11 games this season. I definitely don't think they're going to win 11 games this season, but 7. I give them 7 games this season, but the Vikings, I think the Vikings are going to win today. There's almost no spread. There's no spread at all. I forget what the term for that is. But give me the Vikings. Vikings, Giants, give me the Vikings. You got the Raiders and the Chargers. It's being played in LA. Now, the Raiders, this is again going to be another close matchup. But I think because it's being played in LA, give me the Chargers. Give me the Chargers. They're at home. The Broncos and the Seahawks. My Seahawks. They're going to win it. The Seahawks are going to go 17-0 this season. No, I'm just kidding. They're not going to go 17-0. They are going to win this game. They're 6.5 point favorites. So give me the Seahawks. Seahawks, Broncos. Give me the Seahawks. Broncos, Bo Nix. They're not going to do much this season at all. How about them Cowboys? Cowboys are playing the Browns. It is being played in Cleveland, Brownsville. You know who you are when I say that. Give me the Browns. It's being played in Cleveland. The Cowboys, this may be their year. It might be about time that this is their year, but give me the Cowboys. Or sorry, don't give me the Cowboys. Cancel that out. I'll erase that. The Browns. Picking the Browns. It's going to be a close game, but it's in Cleveland. It's in the dog pounds. Or in the dog pound. Yeah. They got them dogging them. Commanders and Buccaneers. It's being played in Tampa Bay. The Bucks are going to win that. I'm very confident that the Bucks are going to win that. Commanders, Bucks, give me the Bucks. You got the Rams and Lions for the Sunday night game. Give me the Lions. Now, the Rams, I think, are going to be okay this season. It's being played in Detroit. As a Seahawks fan, I don't want the Rams to win. And maybe there's some persuasism there, maybe. But give me the Lions. Hesitant, but give me the Lions. Monday Night Football, you got the Jets and the 49ers. The 49ers might win it all this season. They were close last season. They were obviously in the Super Bowl last season. Give me the 49ers. They're going to win. They're only favored by 4 points. I think the 49ers are going to win the Super Bowl this season. So give me the 49ers. And that concludes our Week 1 NFL Pickems. Give it up. All right. That's enough applause. But, so yeah, I'm just going to That's who we got. That's our week 1 NFL Pickems. We'll be doing that every week. Comment below who you got for next week's Pickems, and we'll see if I'll win, if you'll win. We shall see. We shall see. All right, we are going to talk about some breaking news. This happened about an hour ago. We've been filming for a little bit. Breaking news, Tyreek Hill was being detained on the way to Hard Rock Stadium under 2 hours before game time, before kickoff. Now, players, I play high school baseball. I show up at least, an absolute minimum, 2 hours before game time. Tyreek Hill is in the NFL. He's showing up less than 2 hours before game time, before kickoff. Now, trust me, I understand that Tyreek Hill is going to ball either way. He's going to ball out. I understand that, but under 2 hours before game time for the NFL is absolutely absurd. Now, what my guess is that he was partying all night Saturday night. He may have slept in, maybe got a little hammered. Now, that is just an assumption. I'm not saying that happened. That is not a fact. Now, I want you guys to know that is not a fact, but what my guess is, he slept through his alarm, was up late last night, didn't get enough sleep, came in, was rushing to the stadium, got charged with reckless driving and some other charges. He got pulled over by some cops. The cops and him got into some verbal altercation because, again, Hill's probably maybe a little hungover from last night. Maybe. I can't say that enough. Maybe a little hungover from last night. He's kind of mad. He's running late. He's going to get fined by the team. He's going to get in trouble, and this cop's giving him a hard time, so they get at it. Somehow, Tyreek Hill ends up on the road, face down, being detained. He was let go. He is playing today. Again, this is being filmed. Right now is an hour before game time. He was detained. He was let go. He was charged with whatever. I'm hoping that doesn't affect his playing appearance, but it might. So just wild. I don't know what he's probably not going to talk to the press about anything, but I'm hoping he does, and I want some answers. And I want them now. Again, this is breaking news. This happened less than an hour ago. Some more NFL news. Roger Goodell says that in the future he wants 16 international games every season. Now, I understand this. The NFL wants to expand. They hate seeing the number of the World Cup getting a whole lot more views than the Super Bowl, and I understand that. And I like that Roger Goodell's doing this. Now, I think there's some logistics that might be a little shaky in there, like you're having teams travel international. You got time zones you got to worry about, and 16 games is a lot. That means, is every team gonna play international? You could play every team playing every team, whatever. Not every team playing. You guys know what I mean. There's going to be 32 teams playing international. Can all those 32 teams? There's a lot of logistics, but I understand that he wants to expand to Canada, Mexico, Europe, all over Europe. I give him the applaud for this. I like the idea. It's a good idea on paper. Now, is it going to be executed well? I don't know. We've already seen some in Brazil just a few days ago. I'm kind of for it. I do think there's some logistics that there's going to be some problems in there later. But you know what? I'll give it to him. It's a good idea on paper. Now you just got to execute it. Ideas mean nothing without execution. And so, yeah, that is it for NFL. On to NCAA. Yesterday, we're going to talk about some games from yesterday. Not onto that yet. So let's go over some upsets, some scores for Week 2 NCAA college football. Georgia Tech played Syracuse. Syracuse won 31-28. It's not a huge upset, but it's an upset. Texas playing Michigan. Texas won 31-12. Michigan. I didn't think Michigan was going to win per se, but, I mean, they got destroyed. Shout out Dave Portnoy. Still got that crown on. Oklahoma State playing Arkansas. Oklahoma State barely won. They won by 8 points. I don't know what the spread was. Kansas State 34 against Tulane 27. You got Penn State, who's ranked 8, won 34-27 against Bowling Green. Georgia beating TN Tech 48-3. Congratulations, Georgia. You might be ranked next week. Northern Illinois beat Northern. Oh, yeah. I have a series lock of the day, HatTrick lock of the day. Check it out on TikTok. It's exclusively on TikTok. But I had Notre Dame winning it all. Not winning it all. Winning the game against Northern Illinois. I was like, oh, the spread, they're going to win by 4 more touchdowns. There's no shot. Vegas disappointed me. Vegas, what are you doing? You're selling. Like, what? I don't understand what's happening. Notre Dame lost game-ending field goal. Sorry, got a little mad there. My throat got a little dry. Notre Dame, what are you doing? You were favored by 28.5 points. 28.5 points, and you lost to Northern Illinois by a game-ending field goal. Cannot happen. Cannot happen. I'm disappointed in the team. I'm disappointed in the coaching staff. I'm disappointed in Vegas, and I'm disappointed in myself for locking in Notre Dame. I thought it was going to be the easiest lock ever. Turns out it wasn't. Baylor lost to Utah. Utah won 23-12. All right, Louisville, Jack State. Louisville won 49-14. You got Iowa losing to Iowa State 20-19. It was only a 1-point loss. Ole Miss beating Middle Tennessee 52-3. Miami beating Florida A&M 56-9. How about that? Not a Miami fan. Just put that on the record. Kansas losing to Illinois 23-17. You got Missouri beating Buffalo 38-zip. What a shutout. The Mizzou. Alabama beating South Florida. Now, it was close. The first half, it was really close. I was like, oh my God, is USF going to beat Alabama? Like, what's going to happen now? Alabama came through with it, 42-16. Tennessee beating NC State, 51-10. NC State not going to be ranked no more. Hate to break it to you. Can't lose by 41 points and expect to be ranked when you're already ranked 24. Ohio State against WMU. Ohio State won 56-zip. Yeah, I mean, yeah. LSU won 44-21. Oklahoma 16-12. Kind of close there, Oklahoma. Clemson beating App State 66-20. You got Arizona beating Northern Arizona 22-10. And then you got Oregon beating Boise State 37-34. And then USC shutting out Utah State. All right, so that is it for college football. NBA, Jamal Murray signs a 4-year, $208 million extension with the Denver Nuggets. Let's read some of this. Denver Nuggets star point guard Jamal Murray has agreed to a 4-year, $208 million maximum contract extension. His agents have confirmed the deal, which keeps Murray out of free agency next summer, ties one of the franchise cornerstones to the Nuggets for a total of 5 seasons, $244 million. That is almost a quarter of $1 billion. You guys can't even fathom. Everybody that's watching this, I can promise you, you can't even fathom $1 billion. Probably everybody watching this combined can't even fathom that. But Murray will earn $36 million this coming season before a bump to $46.4. What a raise, $1 million in the 2025-26 season. He will make $50.1 million in 26-27 season and $53.8 in the 27-28. And then $57.5 million in the final year of this deal. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of cheddar. That's a lot of dough, whatever you want to call that. All right, we are on to my favorite segment, Hall of Fame. Yay or nay? Oh, I pressed the wrong button. All right, my favorite segment, Hall of Fame. Yay or nay? All right, on to Hall of Fame, yay or nay. Now, this is going to be an easy one for you because we're running out of time here. Football starting in an hour. T-minus 58 minutes until kickoff. Patrick Mahomes, Hall of Fame, yay or nay? I'll give you guys 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Give me the yay. I had his stats up here. It's an easy yay. We're going to look at his stats just because it's Hall of Fame, yay or nay. Now, this is, so NFL, a lot of people get into the NFL Hall of Fame. This is HatTrick Hall of Fame, and so is every other season. I feel like I haven't been posting Hall of Fame, yay or nay in a while, like on social media, so I'm going to try to bump that up a little bit if I can. But this is HatTrick Hall of Fame. This isn't no football Hall of Fame where you play 5 snaps and you're automatically in the Hall of Fame. This is HatTrick Hall of Fame. We are getting dirty. You got to really earn your spot on the plaque. The plaque that when we go big, we're going to give everybody who's on the Hall of Fame, HatTrick Hall of Fame, we're going to give a plaque to. But 6-time Pro Bowl, 3-time Super Bowl champion, 2018 Offensive Player of the Year, 2-time All-Pro, 2-time AP MVP, 3-time Super Bowl MVP. he has a whole bunch of stats. I'm not going to go through all these accomplishments. He's played almost 100 games. Career 66.5 completion percentage, over 28,000, almost 29,000 total yards, 220 touchdowns, 64 interceptions. Let's see, what did he lead the league in? We are going off of what he led the league in since 2017, his rookie season. This is a little bit... All right. So he led the league in touchdowns in 2018 and in 2022. In total yards, 5,250. Oh, my God. He threw the ball for over 3 miles in 2022. In completion percentage, 71.4. And this is in the game that we're not counting the one game that he has over everybody else. Yeah, obviously he's going to lead the league and everything there. QBR, he led the league in 2018, 2022. Adjusted yards games per pass attempt, he led the league in 2018. Yards per game, 2020 and 2022. Touchdown percentage, 8.6 and 6.3, 2018, 2022. It's an easy yay. I don't know why we're discussing this. It's an easy yay in the HatTrick. Now, again, I understand it's an easy yay into the NFL, but we're not. This isn't no NFL Hall of Fame 5 snaps you're in. This is a HatTrick Sports. You got to really earn your spot on the plaque. If you know what I'm on the wall. We're gonna get a wall in here. So yay. So I think that's it. Thank you guys for watching. For you guys on TikTok, I'll stay with you guys on here for a few minutes. But thank you guys for watching the 63rd episode of the HatTrick Sports Podcast. Make sure to follow us wherever you follow. On every social media, you can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts, including YouTube for all the visuals. Go to shop.hattricksports.com for all of our great merchandise. Also available on the shop app. And we will see you guys next week for episode 64.